Hi, welcome to Korea Software HOD Center. In this video presentation, I'm going to present to you about the pattern, the core of web design. And this is the content, and I will be going through each chapter one by one and easy to understand. So now let's get started. So when you want to create or design a website, you may have to think about what application you will have to use to design this website. And so one of those popular applications amongst the designer is Adobe Photoshop, because using Adobe Photoshop helps them easier to customize or modifying the layer or the structure of the components inside Adobe Photoshop. And also this is one of the most standard application for the designers to create the standard process of the web designing. But using Adobe Photoshop is spending a lot of time in designing the components or preparing the structure of the layer. So most of the designers end up coding directly to design a website. But when they designing a website by coding from scratch, they may have facing insufficiency. For example, after they completing the coding, they need to refresh the browser to make sure that the whole web layout is loading correctly. And also this kind of process is not a standard process of the web designing, and also spending much time than using Adobe Photoshop. And that's why we want to increase the speed of their design work to make their design process more standard and as quick as possible. And so when they can increase the design speed, it means they spend less time in designing. And so we, the design team, have created something that can help the process of work quickly as possible. And we creating something called Easy Photoshop Framework. So what is it? Easy Photoshop Framework is basically the Photoshop-based GUI components which consists of the basic web components such as button, checkbox, drop-down button, or pagination. And all these components has its own structure, and they can creating a new web layout by just dragging and dropping out this component or layer structure onto the new document. And this kind of process is helping them increasing their design speed as possible. So Easy Photoshop Framework has four main features. The first feature is saving time. Of course, you can drag and drop to create a new web layout or website. It's easy. The second main feature is consistency. We only focusing on the same style when we design the components. And the third one is neat and clean. Make sure that the whole components are clean and neat and simple and easy to understand. And of course we focusing on the simplicity and the user usability. The fourth main feature of this framework is Retina display. All of the components and the layouts are created in a vector-based shape format. So no matter how big the screen you have, you can just increase the size or the resolution or the dimension of each component without carrying any loss of the quality. So to give you a little bit more understanding about this framework, I'd like to play you a video demonstration of how you can use Easy Photoshop Framework to creating a new web layout. Hi, this video I'm going to show you how you can create a web layout using Easy Photoshop Framework. As you can see here, we have two folders, Components and Layouts. The Components folder consists of a web component such as text area, table, search bar, and scroll bar. And also inside the Layouts folder, it consists of full screen, lock-in screen, and pop-up screen. So now I want to create a new simple login form using all of these components in Easy Photoshop Framework. So I'm open up Photoshop and create a new document. So now I have a new empty document. So I'm gonna just open the components from Easy Photoshop Frameworks. So next I'm gonna open a screen for my login form. So now I'm gonna open the login screen and drag this screen onto the new document. So I'm just drag here and drop into here. Alright, so and then I'm gonna drag and drop the button. So as you can see on the right hand side here in the layers panel, each component has its own group folder. For example, this login button inside a group folder called BTN login. So it is make you easier to manage the layers you have. So it may not be difficult for you to find each layer you want to find. So you can simply drag this group folder into the new document you have, and you have a button. Alright, so here is the components we have used, and always keep in mind that all the components is customizable. So that's how you create a simple login form by just drag and drop using Easy Photoshop Framework. So in conclusion, this Easy Photoshop Framework is the first version. So all of the components has only one style, and we hope to improve and create more style as soon as possible. But remember, all of these components are created in Adobe Photoshop, so you can customize to any color, any size, or any shape you want. And also you can work with these components with ease and saving a lot of time in your designing work. So thank you for watching.